Okay, so you know how Robert Downey Jr. basically, like, is Iron Man, right? Well, get this. The guy who inspired that character in the first place,
Oh, wow.
Elon Musk.
Okay.
Well, he's, like, stirring up all this controversy.
Yeah.
And now RDJ himself is, like, chiming in.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So
I'm intrigued.
today we're going to unpack this whole thing.
All right.
Like, how did Musk actually influence Iron Man? How come everybody seems to be changing their minds about him these days?
Okay.
And what's RDJ's take on all of it?
Right.
Buckle up, people. This is the wild ride.
Yeah. I mean, it's really interesting how, like, this connection, it used to be so simple, and now it's gotten so complicated.
Oh, absolutely. It's like a real-life plot twist,
Yeah.
So, like, for those who might not know the whole backstory, let's rewind a bit.
Okay.
So, director Jon Favreau, right,
Yeah.
from those early Iron Man films.
Right.
He's been pretty open about the fact that Elon Musk was, like, a huge inspiration for Tony Stark.
Huge, yeah.
Especially back then.
Like back in the day.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
It goes deeper than just inspiration, though, too.
Okay.
Like, Robert Downey Jr. actually spent time with Elon Musk to, like, prepare for that role, to really, like, get into the Tony Stark headspace.
wow, method acting, huh? That's
Yeah.
commitment.
Oh, yeah. And it definitely shows, I mean, you can see those influences in Stark's personality, right? Like his drive, his whole genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist vibe.
Oh, for sure. I mean, come on, that's classic Tony Stark.
It is. And you know what, Elf?
What?
Remember those scenes in Iron Man 2 that were filmed at SpaceX?
Oh, yeah. And Musk's cameo.
I mean, come on. Right.
Talk about blurring the lines between fiction and reality.
It's like, whoa, are we in the movie or real life right now?
Right. It was wild.
It was wild. They were absolutely playing with that. And I actually remember reading that screenwriter, Mark Fergus, he once described Tony Stark as like a blend of Elon Musk, pre-presidency Trump, and like a little dash of Steve Jobs.
Oh, my gosh. That is so accurate.
Yeah, right.
It's like he nailed it.
Totally.
Okay, but here's the thing. Public opinion on Elon Musk, right?
Yeah.
It's been, like, on this crazy roller coaster lately.
Kind of all over the place.
Exactly. And RDJ's latest comments, they definitely reflect that.
Oh, they
He was on a podcast recently, and he said this is a direct quote. This idea of it's all okay because we've got to get to Mars doesn't really hold water with me.
It's so true. That statement is like the heart of this whole thing, isn't it?
Totally, yeah.
I mean, for some folks, that whole dream of getting to Mars, it's like, it doesn't justify everything Musk does or everything he says.
Stuff like, yeah, okay, Mars is cool and all, but what are the stuff happening here?
Right, here on Earth.
On Earth, yeah.
Exactly. And, it's not just Robert Downey Jr. either.
Oh, yeah, true.
I mean, do you remember when he called Jon Favreau the Elon Musk of cinema?
Oh, yeah. And people were not happy about that. No, not at all.
So many negative reactions online.
It's crazy how, like, just being associated with Musk now, it's not the automatic plus that it used to be.
Right.
Interesting.
It really shows how things have shifted.
Yeah.
So, like, Musk has become this controversial figure, right?
Definitely.
And that's bound to spill over onto anyone or anything connected to him.
That's true. It's almost inevitable, right?
But here's what I find really interesting about this whole thing. RDJ, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't just come out and condemn Musk completely.
Yeah.
He actually also said this. You have to look at all that he's done that demonstrates why he's valuable.
Oh, I like that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like he's grappling with the fact that Musk is this complicated guy,
Uh-huh.
capable of both good and bad.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's never black and white, is it?
It's never black and white, exactly.
Especially with someone like Elon Musk.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this whole thing so thought-provoking, right?
It really is. It's like, how do we balance the amazing things Musk has achieved with some of his, let's say, more questionable choices?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough one.
And what does it say about us
Oof. Yeah, that's the real question.
when we keep supporting or idolizing these people,
Yeah.
even when they do things that we might normally find unacceptable?
Big questions, man. Big questions.
Yeah, it's a big one. It really makes you think, right?
It does.
Like, does RDJ's perspective,
Yeah.
coming from someone so connected to Iron Man, does it make you rethink your own views on Musk and what he's doing?
I mean, it definitely makes me stop and think,
Yeah.
about how I form opinions on these, like, larger-than-life figures, the ones that are always in the news.
Yeah.
Are we seeing the whole picture?
Mhm.
Or just, like, focusing on the parts that we already agree with?
Ooh, that is such a good point. It's like, We should be challenging our own perspectives more,
Oh, for sure.
especially when it comes to these really influential, complicated people.
Especially them, yeah.
Well, on that note,
Yeah.
thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everybody. It's been a fascinating conversation.
Absolutely. And you know what? To all of you listening out there,
Yeah.
what are your takeaways from all this? Has this whole conversation, like, shifted your thinking at all? Keep those questions in mind as you go about your day.
Food for thought.
Definitely.
Thanks again for listening.
See ya.